Hi, this is Ramachandran from onlinemathforall.com. In our website onlinemathforall.com, students can find video tutorials like this, which will be much useful for them to prepare for competitive exams like GMAT, GRE, CAT, and more. Okay, this video is about Quantitative Aptitude Tricks Part 3. Here we are going to see how to solve some math problems using tricks. Here we have a problem on the board, that is simplify log 1 negative, again 1 negative, 1 negative x squared to the power minus 1 to the power minus 1 whole to the power negative 1 over 2. When students have this kind of problems in competitive exams, so they may feel it's a bit difficult to solve. Actually, it's not like that. We just have to understand the way. So here we are not going to apply any tricks in this particular problem. The trick, if I say that trick we use in this problem, is the way of solving. So that is the only trick. So we are not going to apply any other special trick to solve this problem. Okay, I'll show you here. But before we are going to solve this problem, I'll just tell you one important thing. That is, the brackets used in this problem is very important. 1 second, I'll show you here. So you have log 1 negative 1 negative 1 negative x square to the power negative 1 whole to the power negative 1 again to the power negative 1 over 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to consider this particular term, that is 1 negative x square to the power minus 1. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this power negative 1 as positive 1. So for any term, if we change the sign of the exponent, we have to write the reciprocal of that particular term. Students, please understand, please listen to me carefully. So for any term, if we change the sign from positive to negative or negative to positive, if we change the sign, you have to write reciprocal of that term. So that is, for example, you have a to the power negative 1. I'm going to change this negative 1 as positive 1. Then we have to write reciprocal of a, that is 1 over a to the power 1, because this negative 1 has become positive 1. The same trick, the same thing I am going to apply for this one, 1 negative x squared to the power negative 1. So now I am going to change this power as positive 1. Then we have to take reciprocal of this one. It will be 1 over 1 negative x squared to the power negative 1 will become positive 1. So if we have power 1, we don't have to consider that one. We don't have to write. Whenever we have power positive 1. So I'm just going to apply the same thing in our problem. So log 1 negative 1 over 1 negative x square to the power negative 1 whole to the power negative 1 over 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just I have to subtract this fraction from this integer 1. Whenever I need to add an integer and fraction, or I need to subtract an integer and fraction, so what I have to do is I have to multiply the integer by the denominator of the fraction. So once these two multiplied, this denominator has to be taken as a common denominator. Students, please listen to me carefully. Whenever we add or subtract an integer and a fraction, so what we have to do is we have to multiply the integer by the denominator of the fraction, like this: 1 times 1 negative x square, this negative 1. After the integer multiplied by the denominator, now we have to take the denominator given from the fraction as a common denominator. So this is the step I am going to do. The next page, I'll show you on the next page. So log 1 negative x square negative 1 over 1 negative x square to the power minus 1 whole to the power minus 1 over 2. Here positive 1 and negative 1 will get cancelled. So log 1 negative x square over 1 negative x square whole to the power negative 1 whole to the power negative 1 over 2. The next step what I am going to do is I am just going to take this negative sign to the denominator. When I take this negative sign to the denominator, so it will become like x square negative 1, because if negative sign comes to the denominator, it has to be distributed to 1 and negative x square. When we distribute negative sign to 1, it will become negative 1. When we distribute negative sign to negative x square, it will become positive x square. Okay, I am going to proceed this the next step. Just give me a moment. So log 1 negative x square over x square negative 1 to the power negative 1 whole to the power negative 1 over 2. So here the students may have a question. Here we have 1 negative x square, we have x square negative 1, because this negative sign, negative sign at the numerator has been applied to the denominator. Okay students, in the next step what I am going to do is I am just going to change this negative 1 as positive 1. So whenever we change, I have already told you on the previous page, if we change the sign of the power, we have to take reciprocal of that particular term. Here we have the term x square over x square negative 1. So if I change the power negative 1 as positive 1, we have to take reciprocal of this. I'll show you on the next page. It's equal to log of 1 over 1 second x square negative 1 over x square, because I'm just going to change this negative 1 as positive 1 whole to the power negative 1 over 2. So here we don't have to write this positive 1, because whenever we have power positive 1, so we don't have to consider that one, so we don't have to write that one. Okay, okay students, now we have an integer and we have a fraction. Now we subtract these two. I've already told you, so whenever we add or subtract an integer and fraction, so integer has to be multiplied by the denominator, then denominator has to be taken as a common denominator. So log x square times 1 will be x square negative of x square negative 1 over x square to the power negative 1 over 2. So now I am going to distribute this negative sign to x square negative 1. When I do so, log x square negative x square positive 1 over x square to the power negative 1 over 2. So this negative x square positive x square will get cancelled. So in my next step what I will have is log 1 over x square to the power negative 1 over 2. So now what I am going to do is I am just going to change this negative 1 over 2 as positive 1 over 2. So if I do so, I have to take reciprocal of this one. So x square, it will become 1 over 2. So log, so we have power 2, we have power 1 over 2. So power to the power, we can multiply both the powers. So 2 times 1 over 2. So 2 will get cancelled. So we get log x as a result, because log x to the power 1, so we don't have to write power 1. So when we simplify the given expression, we get the result log x. I hope the students can understand how to do this kind of problems in competitive exams, because I wrote each and every step properly and I explained the things step by step. So I took almost 10 minutes time to complete this problem, but without any explanation, if we still simplify our steps, we will be able to solve this kind of problems on logarithms even in less than 1 minute. Okay students, for more videos like this, please visit www.onlinemathforall.com. Thank you.